So imagine you're looking into treatment for a bad knee.
Right. Very common.
Yeah. And you find a clinic in one country charging like $3,000 and a clinic in another charging 25,000.
It is a massive gap.
Exactly. And you might just assume you are buying the exact same medical procedure just in a different zip code. But, well, spoiler alert, you definitely are not.
Oh, not even close.
Yeah.
Welcome to STEMCIERGE, your global concierge for advanced regenerative medicine. Here, we explore the science and breakthroughs redefining longevity and human performance, giving you clarity, confidence, and trusted insights as you navigate stem cell therapy around the world. Let's begin our deep dive.
I mean, that huge discrepancy is exactly why comparing these costs feels just, completely impossible for patients right now. We're sort of conditioned to think a medical label guarantees a standardized product.
Right, like picking up a prescription at a pharmacy.
Exactly. But in the regenerative medicine space, it really doesn't.
Which is basically why we're digging into this comprehensive 2026 report from STEMCIERGE today for the main mission of this deep dive. Because trying to find the average cost of stem cell therapy is a bit like asking for the average cost of surgery.
That is a great analogy.
Yeah, I mean, removing a mole and getting a heart transplant are entirely different things. You're dealing with a completely different biological and financial reality.
Absolutely. Globally, in 2026, we're seeing prices range from around $2,000 all the way to over $50,000. So comparing a localized knee injection in Colombia, which might run you about $2,500.
Wow, 2,500.
Yeah, relatively cheap. But comparing that to a systemic neurological IV program in Japan, which is a full-body infusion designed to cross the blood-brain barrier, that can easily top 50 grand.
So it's just comparing apples to oranges.
100%. And the cost drivers aren't just geography. If a clinic is harvesting your own cells and, meticulously growing them for 3 weeks in a sterile clean room, that is going to cost tens of thousands more.
Versus what, exactly?
Versus a clinic simply thawing out a frozen donor vial they bought wholesale.
Okay, wait. So if I'm looking at a $50,000 price tag, I shouldn't just automatically assume I'm paying for that high-end clean room culturing, right? Like, does paying top dollar guarantee a safer or more effective outcome?
Absolutely not. A massive price tag might literally just mean the clinic has heavy marketing overhead. Or, well, they've bundled in luxury hotel suites and VIP airport transfers.
The flashy bells and whistles.
Exactly. It doesn't necessarily mean the treatment has FDA approval, clinical effectiveness, or even a higher viable cell count.
And the viable cell count is, that's the actual number of living active cells that survive the transfer into your body.
Yes, exactly. It's the most critical metric.
Okay, so if 50 grand doesn't guarantee better biology, how are the $3,000 clinics surviving? What are they stripping away to get the price that incredibly low? They can't possibly be doing that expensive weeks-long cell culturing.
They aren't. They're usually cutting costs on the biology itself, perhaps just centrifuging your blood on the exact same day instead of culturing anything at all.
Oh, I see.
Right. And beyond that, they hide the true costs of care. That $3,000 headline price almost always excludes diagnostic MRIs, anesthesia, physical therapy, and your follow-up care.
So all these hidden fees just ambush you later.
They do. Plus, some clinics muddy the waters even further by heavily advertising exosomes as part of the package.
Right, and exosomes aren't even living stem cells, are they? They're essentially just the chemical messenger bubbles that stem cells secrete.
Precisely. They have medical uses, sure, but slapping a buzzword on a brochure makes the package sound cutting edge to a patient who thinks they're getting live cells.
So you really aren't getting what you think you're paying for.
Not at all.
But I imagine some people justify the travel risks of these budget treatments by assuming, well, my premium health insurance back home will just cover me if a procedure goes sideways abroad.
Oh, that is a very dangerous assumption. Most major insurance companies still view these commercial regenerative treatments as elective and experimental.
So they just won't pay out.
Usually, no. If you have a severe adverse reaction abroad, your insurance is highly unlikely to bail you out, meaning you are personally on the hook for out-of-pocket emergency room care, extended hotel stays, and new flights home.
Yikes. So with the high-end padded by luxury fluff and the low-end stripping out crucial medical steps, you really need a methodology to filter the marketing noise without getting scammed.
Yes, which is what makes the STEMCIERGE report so practical. They completely ignore the flashy website prices and focus strictly on vetting laboratory documentation.
Which is such a relief.
It is. STEMCIERGE acts as a vetted matchmaking service. They strip away the marketing claims to verify the viable cell counts, the lab standards, and the true trial-adjusted costs, giving you an actual apples-to-apples comparison.
And for anyone actively looking into this, STEMCIERGE actually has a free 3-minute assessment quiz on their site. It uses that same strict methodology to safely match your specific medical goals and budget with those vetted global providers.
It's just an incredibly smart way to bypass the scams. The ultimate lesson from all this data is to never choose a clinic based on the cheapest headline price.
Right, you always have to demand a transparent, itemized, quote, detailing the viable cell dose and the lab standards.
Exactly. And let a vetted service like STEMCIERGE guide you through the process.
It definitely changes how you look at the industry. But it leaves me with one final thought for you to mull over. As cell processing technology becomes cheaper and fully automated in the near future, what actually happens to this market?
That is the big question.
Right. Will the global medical tourism industry eventually just stop competing on the price of the procedure itself and pivot entirely to competing on elite wellness experiences?
Thank you for listening. If you found this episode valuable, please leave us a 5-star rating and review, then share it with someone who may benefit from it. For global insights and personalized guidance on stem cell therapy, visit STEMCIERGE.com to receive your tailored assessment and explore your treatment options with clarity and confidence. And as always, remember, this podcast is for educational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional medical advice. Please consult your doctor before making decisions about your health. Until next time, stay informed, stay empowered with STEMCIERGE.com.